I really wish I knew these 6 things before I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Mitch Boraski, Senior Real Estate Advisor right here in Charlotte, North Carolina. In today's video, I'm gonna bring you through the 6 things I wish I knew before I moved to Charlotte. Now, many of you may be coming in from different areas of the country, New York, Chicago, LA, San Diego, maybe even South Florida. Well, today I'm gonna bring you into some really key spots and areas that I wish I knew about before I moved. So if you have any questions about buying real estate or thinking about moving to the area, all my information's on the screen. Please give me a call, shoot me an email, book a Zoom meeting. I'm happy to help you out, but let's get started.
The first thing I wish I knew was the infrastructure of the city. And right now, I'm gonna give you a quick kind of tour about what we call 485. This is the largest beltway that wraps around the entire city of Charlotte. I'm actually driving on it right now because I'm coming from an appointment with a client. But the beltway itself is about 67 miles in total. And you can get to any neighborhood that you really desire from this major highway. So it's the name of it's 485. You know, there's about 3 lanes on each side. They're always doing construction on this to make it bigger and bigger. So if you're coming from a major city like New York, California, or Boston, this will probably feel like more of like a B-level infrastructure to you guys. However, for Charlotte, it's one of the major arteries of the city that everybody travels on to get to a majority of the areas of the city. Right now, we're actually off 45 and we're now on 77. Now, 77 runs north to south. So 45 is the beltway around our city of Charlotte, and 77 runs really from Columbia, South Carolina, all the way to Cleveland, Ohio. Actually, that's just a quick fact. But for this video's purposes, it's important because if you want to live in Rock Hill, Fort Mill area in South Carolina, right over the border, 77 is what you would be traveling on to get to our city center of Uptown. Or if you wanted to get all the way up to, say, if you want to live in Lake Norman, Mooresville, Cornelius, Huntersville, 77 would be the road you travel on. Now it's 20 after 3 right now on a Monday, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of traffic right now. It's a very heavily traveled road. Again, because where we're located right now driving, I'm closer on the south side of the city, so you're getting a lot of traffic from the South Carolina side coming into Charlotte. But this is one of the major arteries, again, of our city that if you're going to move here, certainly you want to familiarize yourself with 77 because you can certainly get to a lot of the areas of Charlotte from here. Now, you may be asking, well, Mitch, I don't want to sit in this traffic. Well, neither do I. But the good news is there are express lanes that we have, so you can get, you know, one of your quick passes or, you know, all kinds of different things that you can jump right on the fast lane and just motor past all this. But the reason why I didn't was for this video, I wanted to show you guys kind of what the traffic's like here in Charlotte and what these major arteries are, because when I first moved here, I didn't know this. I didn't know anything. So this was really good information I wanted to share with you guys, because some of you are probably watching this from California, New York City, Chicago, and infrastructure is important, right? Traffic's bad, especially if you live in like Atlanta, and you know, knowing how to get around the city you're living in is really important. So I hope this helps. Another thing I wish I knew before moving to Charlotte was what the heck Uptown was. Now, some of you may be saying, well, Mitch, every city I've ever been in, there's been a downtown. Well, Charlotte's a little different. The downtown area is actually called Uptown. And that's where I'm going to bring you right now, because this is really the central business district of our city, right? So you're going to have all the major banks that are here, such as Bank of America's headquartered here. You've got Wells Fargo. You've got other major banks. You've got, you know, a major presence of a financial hub. And also you've got where Bank of America Stadium is up here in Uptown, where the Panthers play. You also have the Charlotte Hornets basketball stadiums up here, and our Knights baseball stadium is also in Uptown. So this is really the central downtown area, if you will, of our city. So if you're coming from other major metropolises, you know, you'll be slightly a little confused like I was, being like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This is the downtown area of Charlotte, and I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of this because there's a lot going on up here. The other area that I wish I knew about before I moved was South End, and that's where we're headed right now. South End is a booming area that absolutely exploded over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years. You've got the Lowe's corporate IT tech center, HQ if you want, of their technology here in South End that moved. You got a lot of other big businesses that kind of took over South End, and you also have got a ton of entertainment. You've got bars, you've got restaurants, you've got great coffee shops. It's a phenomenal place to get around if you're on foot. The light rail actually runs directly down the center of South End, so if you want to, you know, take a bike, go for a jog, walk your dog, you know, like the electric bikes and scooters are big in Charlotte. You can jump on those and really get anywhere in South End. There's also a ton of condominiums, a lot of apartment buildings. A lot of people live in this area because of how much there is to do, because you really can never be bored. We've got WeWork here, you've got Ernst & Young, man, the list goes on, but there's always new concepts, it seems, that are moving and opening up here in South End. So, you know, you can never, ever not find something to do, no matter what time of the day. But in this video, as we're taking this cut, I'm counting four cranes. So there's literally 4 more buildings going up. You know, God, 18+ story buildings in South End as we speak. So this place is absolutely booming. So if you're thinking about moving to Charlotte, I would highly recommend you come and at least explore this. But I'm gonna give you a quick tour of this right now. Another area that I wish I knew about when I moved here is South Park. And South Park is about 6 miles south of Uptown. And it's one of the most premier shopping, high-end residential and commercial areas of our city, where, you know, there is a lot of businesses that are there. It's quite populated area, but the most landmark centric piece of South Park is, of course, the South Park Mall, which is, you're going to have your high-end shopping, a lot to eat, fine dining, restaurants, some great upscale bars. There's actually some breweries that have moved in, and there's a lot of high-end residential homes, apartment buildings and condominiums that people live in. Now, South Park is really central to our city, so it's a great location because you can really get anywhere, you know, into Uptown, into South Charlotte. You can get to the airport really quickly. So people like South Park for that reason, because it's so centrally located. And of course, there's a lot to do. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of this one, but that's just a little bit about South Park. So let's take a look.
And the 6th thing I wish I knew about before I moved to Charlotte is the Charlotte International Airport. Guys, this is one of the largest on the East Coast. It actually has 1,400 arrival and departure flights a day, and there's 184 different destinations roughly that you can get to in the world from the Charlotte International Airport. This is located about 6 miles away from the city center of Charlotte. So if you live or work downtown, you can quickly get on a flight to literally anywhere in the world. Also, let's just say you lived in Mooresville or maybe over the border in Rock Hill, South Carolina, or Fort Mill. You can still get directly to the Charlotte Douglas Airport by either traveling on 77 up to 485, or you could come south down 77 and jump on the Beltway to 485 and simply get there. So the airport is a really big selling point for our city because unlike other areas in the country, it is a hub for major airlines to get anywhere in the world. So I hope those 6 tip guys are helpful on what I wish I knew before I moved to Charlotte. Again, my name is Mitch Boraski. I'm a senior real estate advisor in Charlotte with eXp Realty. All my information is on the screen. I would love to help you answer questions, whatever it may be. If you're interested in the Charlotte area, I know I'm a great resource for a lot of my clients, and I would love to be a resource for you. So please reach out. But I hope you enjoyed this video. We're gonna have more coming out every week, and I'll talk to you soon.